Welcome back to Stardust Discovery as we continue on the series on the Igbo cosmology. So today we'll look at several other things that I have not mentioned. So first of all, we have the stars. So stars are very obvious. When you look up the night sky, you see stars, and they are very cute. Some of them are twinkling. Actually, some of them are not. And they are not all stars, like I've mentioned in our video where I discussed some of those things, but that's not the discourse of today. The point is that the Igbo people, when they look up, they think everything is star. And of course, it's brilliant, and we just enjoy admiring these stars and all the objects up there. And the moon, especially when the full moon is out. So just admiring them, observing them is a part of what we do. Actually, stars are called Bakbando. So in case if you hear it anytime, that's actually the Igbo name for stars. Another interesting thing about the stars is that when you see the stars that way, then it shows that the rain is not coming any soon, because it's believed that when it's about to rain, clouds would cover the stars and you won't see the stars. But when you are able to see the stars, especially if the night sky is clear, which it usually is in the Igbo area, then it means the rain is not about to fall. So again, this is useful for interpreting when rain is about to come, and you plan around that once you get that information, which is very useful. Then we have something called meteors. So we call them meteorites when they end up landing to Earth, but when they are still in the sky, they are called meteors. And they usually looks like shooting stars. So that's what we call shooting stars. But they are actually some kind of objects from the remnants of formation of our solar system that is flying by. They usually do have an orbit, but sometimes they even drift out of the orbit and they can fall on any surface of the planet, any planet at all. We've gotten some of them on Earth, and when they are still in the sky, they release these streams of particles, and that is what causes those things that looks like shower, what makes this to even be called shooting stars. So we think it's shooting stars, but this is really because of the particles that it's been brushed off as it's passing through different layers. Okay, so and then whenever the Igbo people see that shooting stars in the sky, we think that someone important is dead or is about to die. So that's the interpretation. Some other parts of Igbo people will see that as a good omen, So it's usually interesting whenever we see that shooting star. Begin to think about what does this mean. Okay, the last thing I would like to talk about is the concept of time. Now, this is not just any specific celestial object, but it cuts across all of the objects that I've talked about in all the different videos. I don't know if you have seen that. I will recommend that you go check out all the videos that have released on this series. So the concept of time, quite an interesting topic, because in astronomy, time is truly a concept, because no one really knows the beginning and the end. All of these are concepts, right? We have theories that we use to prove that this is the beginning, and as far as I'm concerned, they are all theories. It doesn't mean that we know for sure. Okay, so and that's how we must treat this thing, right? So sometimes people have controversies over, oh, is science right versus not. Sometimes what they are telling is observations what we have observed most of the time. And when there are theories like the Big Bang theory, it's a theory. It did not tell you that for sure this is it. No one knows because nobody was there. But we are making efforts, trying, making attempts to, understand how the universe started. Okay, so for today, I'm just going to focus on how the Igbo people got to this concept of time. So first of all, we all know that the sun is just one of the stars in our solar system. The moon is the surface of the earth, revolves around the earth, and the earth, together with the moon, revolves around the sun. And that is how all the other 7 planets that make up our solar system are all revolving around the sun. And so when the Igbo man noticed this repetitive movement of the sun, the moon, and the earth, and the unending cycles of seasons that makes up the year, the cycle of plants. Of course, they see plants grow, die, grow again, vegetable, and even human life. So things just seem to be appearing in cycles, right? So that's kind of made the Igbo man to think that, there is really what is called time, time reckoning. So that's how the concept of morning, afternoon, and evening came about. And this has to do with when the sun comes up. So before you see the sun, it's like morning, and when it's not dark. Once the sun is fully out, that's your afternoon until it goes down again. And then you have the evening. Then when it gets totally dark, that's your night. So this is how the Igbo man thinks about these things. So they design the concept of their own concept of time, our own concept of time based on what we have observed just from the universe that we can see. And this ends up affecting everything else, our activities. For example, in the morning we offer kola nut to the gods, as a way to greet them, pay homage and offer the day to their hands. In the afternoon, people get into work. So there are mostly farmers. There are farmers, there are people that do weaving, like different types of trading, but people can just get to work once the sun is out. Farmers that actually start from the morning actually is the best time before the sun hits you hard. But there are other things as a farmer you do in the afternoon, so you're still working. Then in the evening and at night, we cook and rest. And that's also the time to offer sacrifices for most people to the gods. Some do that in the evening, some do that at night, like at the middle of the night. That is when they want to offer the sacrifices. So this, this um, social activities and even the overall activities that go on in the daily, they are all hinged on the concept of time. And this is based on the Igbo definition of that. So even the moonlight stories that I talked about and the time when it should be happening, they are all, concepts of time. And then I also talked about the meteor shower. We usually see it mostly at night. So all of these things, it also makes people think that, oh, of course, the gods are more active at night, so that is why they move at night. So, which is also why they want to offer sacrifices to those gods at night. There are, different things that happen that we interpret as whether negative or sometimes positive. So, but that's not the issue here. The point is that we have our own definition. We did the observation as Igbo people, at least our ancestors did, and they came up with inferences of those. It's more like they were conducting research. The farming part, I don't know if I dived into this about the farming. I just remembered now that even the farming does not just happen. So there are usually chief priests, people who oversee the affairs of the gods. That is their job. They are like the chief scientists as of then. They are the ones that study the movement of these celestial objects. So they monitor how everything is happening. They do the calculations and come up with the right time for people to go do their farming, the right time for people to do harvest. If you remember Chinua Achebe's book Things Fall Apart, you see Ezolo. Ezolo is the chief priest at the time. This was his job. He monitors these celestial objects, come up with strategies, based on what he has learned that will help his people, and then tell the people, more like give them the inferences and tell them what to do that will now benefit their life as a result of that observation. And this worked. It was almost 99% correct and accurate. So as you can see, our forefathers actually were scientists. So it's not because we now have modern science we should downplay their efforts, and because those things sustained them at this time. And it's still sustaining, some people even today. So it's a time for you to, check your origin. I mean, probably you are not Igbo, but go find out. If there are things your forefathers did that saved the life. In fact, that's the reason why you are even alive. Because if they were not alive, who will give back to you? Because those things sustained them at the time, and it's still sustaining some of us even today. Okay, so this will be the end of this series. I hope this was very helpful. Um, I'm very excited about this because if we can start this conversation, start talking about these things in our different ways for our different tribes where we come from, I believe that it will help to preserve these heritages for our future generations, for the coming generations to know and to see. Otherwise, these things could just go extinct, and it's not good. Okay, I will leave it here, and I'm going to watch out for your questions in the comment sections. Please leave your comments and subscribe. Do not forget to subscribe and share this video, and I will see you in our next one. Bye.